So I've come up from the beach, Hùisinis Beach, over sort of the saddle to look at that. Is Scarp Island, and it's uninhabited, although it was inhabited once. It was the scene of unsuccessful experiments with rocket mail, which has since been commemorated in two films. One being the 2004 movie, The Rocket Post, which I've not heard of before. Might have to look that one up. The population peaked at 213 in 1881. And as recently as the 1940s, it was reported to be over 100. Even in the 1950s, the population relied on growing potatoes, cabbages, turnips, milk, fish, and lobster fishing. And it is one of the, or was one of the several islands in the area that the men would gather first thing in the morning in what's called a parliament, and they would decide what work would be done for the day. Now, unfortunately, typically, the meetings would last for hours, and the only work done was by the women. What's new, I can hear people saying. In 1978, Scarp was bought as a speculation by a Panamanian country for £100. Fancy buying that for £100. It was sold in 1983 for 50,000, and then resold almost immediately for 500,000. So obviously the value is going up. The two last deals were financed by the now defunct BCCI bank, and when the bank collapsed, the islands were sold in 1995 for £155,000 to its current owner, Mr. Anderson, Lord Bakewell, and he's a director of the Island of Harris Distillery Limited, as well as being the Greek and Near Eastern Music Society. So, Scarp Island, just off the coast. Nobody lives on it. What a shame.
If you ever come over to the Outer Hebrides, you really need to go to Hùisinis, to the beach there. Even if you don't like beaches, you've got to experience this road for a driving experience or a passenger experience. It's 100% better, isn't it?
It is. It is.
It goes on for a lot longer than Applecross, and a lot more stunning views than you actually get on Applecross, to be honest.
Might not be as steep.
No.
And not so many the hairpin bends, but just the scenery.
The scenery beats Applecross, hands down. And you've got a nice beach at the end of it. No coffee shop, well, there is a coffee machine, but that beach is just stunning, as you will have seen. And if it was quieter, you could easily go for a skinny dip. It's a bit busy today. And if you think that's busy, it was busy for the beaches. We're going to go to some beaches that are a lot quieter than that. Hopefully. Well, pretty sure. And take a kite, because it's a good kite flying beach. And we're back now to where Keith went for the walk to look for the eagles. So there is only one way in and one way out, isn't there?
Yes, yeah. But if you miss one thing going,
Keith walks
you can
up
always
there.
catch it back.
Yeah.
Coming back.
Oh yeah. We noticed on the way up there's a poorly calf, and he's got a bad leg, showing us his bandage, or her bandage. Matches the earrings. These are gorgeous. Oh, there's one here. Your mother not told you not to lie in the road?
I was looking at the ones on the other side, nearly ran over it. Bit of rump steak.
He blended in.
Would be nice, wouldn't
You
it?
like a bit of rump, don't you? What are you looking at me like that for? I think you've had enough of this scenery. I want to show you this though. This is just really strange, just in the middle of nowhere.
Tennis court.
And it really is still in the middle of nowhere.
There's no sort of houses
No,
or
it's
community near it. They just plonked it there in the middle.
you know, like we've been saying in earlier videos about football pitches everywhere, and then you find a tennis court. And it's a decent looking tennis court, isn't it?
And when we went the other way, it was a tennis club.
Yes.
There. It's
yeah,
not just
I can't remember the name of
a
it.
private. It's not just a private tennis court to somebody's house
No.
or anything. It is a club. So presumably they put it there. It's in the middle.
Yeah.
They all meet in the middle. I don't know.
It's a good job it's a summer sport, isn't it? We're just driving through Tarbert. We're not going to...
Turn left onto Mans Road, then take the...
We're just driving through Tarbert. We're not going to stop here. I want to get on a bit. But this is the ferry terminal where you get a ferry over to Skye, the Isle of Skye. But Tarbert is the main community of Harris, the Isle of Harris. The biggest community. There's a ferry terminal.
Looks a bigger terminal than Ullapool.
It does, doesn't it? Looks like this one relies on the tide before, when the ferries travel, rather, not before. They don't launch it from that slipway, do they, the ferry? Got the Isle of Harris distillery there. So it might be the main community, but there's not a lot to it, is there? We've just driven around the one-way system.
I think there might be more on the top road,
Ah, right, okay.
which is where we're going now. There's a coffee shop and a pub and things like that
Yeah.
on this road.
It's a harbour. We have driven around this one-way system once and said it's very Cornish.
A little marina at the other side of the ferry terminal. And here's the shops.
Gift shops and arts and craft shops.
News agents and grocers. And there's the deli.
And the coffee shop.
And a butcher's and a baker's. Did we want bread?
We could do with getting some bread if possible.
He's just pulled in where I was going to pull in.
Right, well you pull in, you
Oh,
stop
I was
here.
going to pull in here.
It's post office. Sorry folks, you are going to get fed up with the scenery, but we've just come out of Tarbert through a place called,
Urga.
it could be Urga or not really sure. Sorry if you're Hebridean and we're demolishing
The language.
the language. But we just came over another hilltop and said, again, wow. The rocks have changed again. Just little locks and bigger locks everywhere.
Like a school party.
Yeah. I don't know what a school... We've seen a few school parties now, haven't we? I don't know what they'd come for, unless it was geology. Or geography, I don't know.
Don't know.
Or maybe history, I suppose, as well.
Yeah. Or a nice holiday.
They seem to be more the younger side of secondary schools, don't they, that we've seen. They're not like GCSE
No.
level. Seems to be like year 11s, year 12s, something like that.
But those on the ferry were older.
Yeah.
I'd have said they were A-level.
Right.
Or hires in the Scottish.
Yeah. I didn't know it's Scottish though, were they? The ones we've on the ferry, they were English accents.
So we've come over to sort of the west coast now, and lots of islands dotted around. Fish farms.
Fisher farms down there, aren't there?
Yeah.
Got a very tired bay. Nab's not giving in. He's wanting to know what's going on. This one just wants to go to sleep. Wake me up when we get there.
So we just come round the bend, and that's the bridge over to the island we're just going to have a quick look at. I don't think there's much there. Bit of history.
That's Scalpay.
And that's Scalpay. We'll carry on driving. There's the bridge. And a ship going under it. And there's even passing places on the bridge.
Yeah.
Turn left onto the road.
And we're on Scalpay. This is the harbour at Scalpay. As Keith said, there's not a lot to tell you, but we wanted to come over because it's another island to tick off the list. But remember earlier in this video, or maybe the last video, depending on
where we are
with where we're cutting and editing videos, we showed you the cairn memorial where Bonnie Prince Charlie landed. Well, after landing, he fled to Scalpay in 1746 after his defeat at the Battle of Culloden. So it's quite a small community. And again, reliant on fishing and a little bit of tourism. And that's about it, really, at Scalpay.
The seagull has got a mussel. He's flown high up and dropped it twice.
To try and break it.
And smashed it open.
They're not daft, are they?
Pardon?
That's what it was smashing open. Quite sheltered here, isn't it?
It is. You see why they've had a harbour here?
No.
Sorry?
I didn't realise, you say?
No,
No.
you can see why
Oh, yes.
they had a harbour here.
Don't dive off the edge.
It said no diving, no jumping, no swimming, no...
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, heed it then.
Pardon?
Heed it,
I
because
did.
I know you do. You like to break the rules.
Occasionally.
Often. So that's Scalpay.
Mm-hmm.
We've nearly finished for Harris, Lewis. A little bit more to do, and then we'll
South Harris, haven't we, to do?
and then we'll be catching a ferry. Come up on the top road now. That's a better view of the harbour at Tarbert. Moving on a few miles now, about 24 miles did it say to the next waypoint.
Yeah, that's going down the one road.
Never be short of swimming places. island looks like one very tempting to swim to, doesn't it?
Including all the sea monsters.
And this evening we're parked on the moon. It looks very lunar. So for dinner tonight, we're having haggis. Pre-cooked potatoes, and don't judge us, but cabbage that was cooked in butter. And that's the last of the homemade meals. And I'm going to start buying stuff. Well, the haggis was bought, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It might not look the most appetising, but it's very tasty. Haggis, cabbage, and a view. A view. Change of plan. We've moved on. Where we parked up, we were getting eaten alive. Well, no, we weren't. That's a fib. We were getting bothered by midges. We didn't get eaten. And it was so hot, there was absolutely no breeze. We decided it's a nice evening. It's still only early. It's only
8 o'clock.
8 p.m. So we might as well carry on with a bit more filming.